Nobody talks about how embarrassing it feels as an adult to not really understand your money. I think one of the biggest struggles I've experienced with trying to pay down debt is not actually knowing how much money you have to pay down that debt. And maybe it's just me, but it feels like everyone I'm seeing on the internet just says, pay more, spend less, cut back. But no one is talking about the most important part, and I think that's your break even. Welcome to Budgeting on a Budget, where I'm oversharing everything I learned while trying to pay down $10,000 worth of debt by the end of 2026. And listen, I am certainly not rich. I'm a busy mom with a full-time job, and I got the crazy idea to become a content creator. But honestly, I'm looking at my numbers and I'm thinking, wait, something has got to change. So I set a goal to pay down $10,000 worth of debt by the end of this year. But if I'm being honest, it kind of feels like it's impossible, because for the longest time, paying off debt just felt like a guessing game. Like I couldn't figure out where all this extra money to pay down the debt was gonna come from, because it sure as hell ain't growing on the trees. And to get really honest, that brings up a lot of different emotions. Feeling shame or like feeling behind. It's almost like you're feeling like somehow everybody understands this thing that you just don't get. But I am slowly realizing that staying in that mindset just leaves me feeling defeated. And I'm like, hey, listen, if you're ever going to reach your goals, you have to stop giving yourself a million reasons why you can't. So I shifted my focus to finding my break-even number. And if you don't know, your break-even number is simply the amount of money you have left over after taking care of all of your financial responsibilities. That's your housing, your groceries, subscriptions, gas for your car, everything. And once I was able to calculate that number for me, everything started to just kind of fall in place. Instead of sitting around like guesstimating all the time, it was like I could finally clearly see what I had left over each month that I could delegate to paying off my debt. And no, not suddenly because I started making more money, but because I finally understood the money that I already had. And in the next video, I'm gonna go over how I'm using this break-even number to reach that goal. So if you're feeling like this is something that could be useful for you, follow along, because you know we ain't gonna be gatekeeping anything over here. This year, I'm doing a complete reboot of my finances, and I'm documenting every single thing along the way. The wins, the mistakes, all of it. And honestly, I could use some help, so drop your tips.